What's going on, y'all? I have had a problem with the Andersen hitch today, and without even waiting, I figured out how to fix it. I didn't have to completely disassemble the hitch from the back of the truck. I want to show you what I did to get undone. Let's get to when I just figured it out. The locking pin got stuck on the Andersen, and I had to use basically a screw extractor in order to get this out. The cable completely broke off, leaving this engaged and leaving us connected. That was very frustrating. I am not happy, not a happy camper. I told my girls, when you're married someday and your husband hasn't used something for 10 years, don't make him get rid of it, because we would have had to go buy another one of these if I didn't have this, but I have not used these for 10 years. These are what you use when you wind up getting like a screw broke off somewhere, and I bought them. I was working on my Pontiac Grand Prix over 10 years ago, busted the head off of a screw when I was working on the lower intake manifold, had to go get this so that I could basically drill into the screw and then back it out of there. Great to have this. And that was the solution. So basically what had happened, I've noticed that anytime the truck is kind of slanted downhill, which has literally been a lot for me recently, it tends to cause the locking pin to get stuck and not be able to pull it loose. And it's very frustrating because this is brand new. I bought this new because the locking pin and the mechanism that held it before was all problematic. It was all bent up. I think because I had lowered the RV down while it was in the locked position and I bent stuff with my last one. So probably every last time this is going to be my fault. So today, let me switch camera angles and talk more about this. Alright, so that's the locking pin. And I thought I was just going to have to throw it away. I thought I broke it off. And then once I got it out of there, I realized that there is a hex screw right there that I can use to reinsert that cable right there. So that's what I'm going to work on here in just a moment. But let's talk about what I did and see how this has got kind of a downhill slope right there. The front end of the RV was like at negative 11, and I was about 2 inches drop on this side, so I went up on these Andersen levelers. Now here's where I think the problem got created. I had the parking brake on, pushing the truck back, and then these things were trying to basically tilt forward. Somewhere in all of that, I caused probably the back of the truck to be pushing back, because I had also just gone in reverse to go up here like this. So that's holding the locking pin between the ball and the inside of the receiver, kind of having it trapped. And when I was able to finally pull it free, I'm like, I don't think I pulled the lock free. I think I pulled the cable out of the lock. There's where the locking pin was. And so once I had taken this out, I was able to stick my finger in there, and I realized I could move it. I'm like, man, I wish I had a magnet to pull it out. I'm like, wait a minute. I think it's all aluminum. Magnet's not going to work. So I was thinking about taking these bolts off, but these bolts I don't think they actually keep it on there. Well, then I've also got these pressure screws. These might have meant, you know what, I might have been able to get it off with these, now that I think about it. I bet you I could have taken those off if I needed to. Because these ones, this just kind of locks it on the kingpin and keeps it from dropping down. But these ones here This holds it on, and then these put torque on it. Okay, so that probably would have worked. Because my other problem was these holes here, there's no access to those while I'm all hitched up. And then my other problem, which I need to redo this, I need to retighten that down. I loosened that up, and I was trying to get that pin out right there, but there was too much pressure. I couldn't get it out. So that wasn't working. So then my next thing was I was going to start just taking off the bolts and basically just lift up the RV and have the whole thing come up off the truck. But I could not get my socket on there because the red part was too close. I would have had to have a box end or a crescent in 15/16 in order to get that off, in order for that to work. Maybe the pin, maybe if I just would have pulled the pin off on the bottom. There's a pin down there that holds it onto the ball or the shaft. This was very frustrating. So, when I finally remembered that I had these things to remove screws that had gotten locked in somewhere, I thought, let me try it. Unfortunately, they were in a tool bag on the bottom of that bin, which now I need to clean up because all my tools are scattered all over the place on the picnic table. Kira's over there with a friend right now. Probably doesn't even realize I'm filming her. So, made a big mess, but I was able to get that locking pin out of there, and now I need to put it back together. I don't remember exactly where I bought these. I was definitely living in Seguin, Texas at the time. It's on there pretty good. Almost need a vise to get this off of here. Oh, nope, there we go. See how much damage. Did a little bit. Might be hard on my fingers. Oh. I don't know if y'all saw that, but there was a mosquito stuck in my hand right now. Oh my goodness. The joys of summer. So, that's got to go back in there and then be tightened down. I've got that hole there. I don't know if I need to feed it down in there. Let's find the right size Allen wrench. Hex wrench. That is an 8mm. Have to forgive me, I'm trying to do this while letting y'all see it on the camera and me seeing it in real life. Alright, so that should go like that. Let's open it up. Okay, it's all the way open. Pulling that off camera, I see it actually caused it to go in. Knocking drinks off the tailgate. A little tough to reach that right there. There we go. Is that the right side? Kind of just went all the way through. I don't know that I was on the cable. Try that again. Oh, the cable is actually pulled all the way back. I gotta feed the cable back through. Yeah, I think this makes more sense to do this outside. There we go. Like that. So that's all the way on. To get maximum torque, use the long end. Feels like there might be a little bit of play. 8mm might not be it. Let me look for a slightly bigger one. Here we go. 1/8. That is the better one. That's a perfect fit. Just getting this tightened back down. Oh. Okay. Now I'm going to pull on the other end. Maybe I won't. They don't want to move at all. Oh, good grief. I don't think it likes the fact that it's all bent. Okay, I lined it up in the shaft. Try again. There we go. But when it comes out like that, it comes all the way out and then gets bent. I don't like that at all. Rawr. Okay. Functional. It's not amazing, it's functional. Alright. So when you're doing this part, you gotta don't have this mounted. You gotta have it all loose because you're gonna be twisting the whole thing around. Okay, now that it's in there, okay, it's locking and unlocking. Oh, and unlocked, right? Hold on. Yeah, it's unlocked. Okay, it's not focusing. Focus, there you go. Now I had used some existing self-tapping screws that were put up here and they started failing on me. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go to the store, buy some nuts and bolts, and I'm going to put this together different than these self-tapping screws because they're just kind of a mess. Not working so good. Not so good. So I'm just going to leave this hanging for now. We're put back together. Aside from the fact that I need to retighten down that bolt and the cotter pin is out, I need to readjust all this. Good times. It's like you start doing stuff and you wind up making everything worse. I realize I haven't made any videos in a while, so if you're one of our followers that's been around, I got some catching up to do with y'all. And it's on my mind. It's been a rough summer. So we will get caught up here shortly. But I haven't felt the need to make videos. Just the way life's been going, I just have been happier not recording. I'm sorry if you've missed me. I'm very thankful for every last one of you that missed me. But what happened today, I finally felt the urge. Like, I didn't know what I was going to do. So I wanted to be able to help you. That's been one of the biggest benefits of making YouTube videos. So I hope that you found this helpful. And if you are not a believer in the Andersen hitch, I saw somebody passing around pictures again where the part where the ball goes in was busted off and two of these pipes were busted off. But I also just talked to a guy. I just met a guy. He was so excited to meet me because he was just watching videos about Andersen hitches, and he watched one of our videos, and he's like, no way. I'm like, what's up, dude? Congratulations on your new Jayco fifth wheel. It looks beautiful. We got to talking about it, and he was telling me that Andersen actually has a deal where you can upgrade from a Gen 2 to a Gen 3 for only $550. But as a part of the deal, you have to render a Gen 2 that you have useless by cutting one or two of those pipes. Considering the photo that I saw of this Gen 2 that looked broken, I think somebody is basically taking a picture they found, blowing it out of proportion like it was an incident. It didn't look like an incident. It looked like it was rendered in ops so that they could get themselves a Gen 3 for a discounted price. There you go. Anyway, little drama. I'm still not an affiliate of Andersen. I'll throw the links down to the bottom. I don't know if they work or not. I can't get a hold of anybody at Andersen. But I'm still a customer. So there's that. So get yourself some of these to take with you on the trip. They don't take up a lot of space. They can be very useful when you need to back something out that possibly broke. And this isn't even broke. It's not even broke. I just fixed it. Thanks again for watching. Remember, life happens. Don't let it stop you. Stay fresh, cheese bags.